that everybody must take the shots. It makes, again, these daggone, I don't even like to talk, they don't give their name, these daggone chemical companies rich, but it makes the poor people suffer simply because now they're chemically dependent. And again, if you have melanin, you cannot be chemically dependent, survive, or go forth in higher consciousness.
All right.
Would it be, Dr. Delbert, would it be safe to say that they're dealing with a form of bio-warfare or genetic bio-warfare?
Well, yeah. Warfare, war is never fair. There's no such thing as a good war. But at the same time, if you have to fight a war, then one way of doing it, it means a war means that there are two battles, two people or two consciousness or two diametrically opposed oppositions that are fighting each other. Well, again, what's happening now is spirituality versus evil and physicality. It's nano versus bio. It's everything good versus everything bad, and we're becoming more and more polarized each day. That, of course, can only lead to a planet in dissolution, a planet that will fight back, and so we can see why things are getting rougher and rougher. We've already got Armageddon and Magon and Day over there in what they call now the Middle East. So I simply say this. Anybody that's listening to this show that watches and knows you, Brother Rich, and for most of the people there that have consciousness knows that things are speeding up like mad here. Already we've had tsunamis, we've had earthquakes, we've had tornadoes, we've had typhoons, we've had droughts, we've had hurricanes. I mean, we've got everything going. Something is wrong. And the thing that is wrong is that the planet is trying to get right, and he's evil. You know what? Dracons are trying their best to make the last of these souls that should awake go back to sleep and control this planet and stop it from going. I'm going to state this, too, because I might forget this later. The reason why this planet is going through so many changes is that she is awakened. She is a female incarnation. She's gone through a lot. And the universal prime creator, call whatever you wish to be first cause, I do believe in first cause, has granted her the right to get off these laggards, these dumbed down, comatose, brainwashed, inoculated, vaccinated fools that are now bringing her down and giving her the right to get rid of them. So as they now have weather modification and are doing things to help each other to be ruling over the bulk of us, which are the majority on this planet, whereas the least of them, who are what they call these androidic, I don't even know what to call them again, these dracons is all I can call them, and they're trying their best to stay on the planet. If the planet, by the way, they exist on the fourth dimension. It's like somebody in high school messing with somebody in kindergarten. They shouldn't even be messing with us, but they do. And now the souls that are being born, these crystals are not going to allow that. So now that they're about to lose hold of what used to be their own little zoo, and more than that, if we're allowed to go to the fifth dimension in consciousness and on this planet, we'll be stronger than they were. And then they're fearful that we'll do to them what they did to us. And that means that they're going to battle like mad. This is a time where everything's going to come out of the hat. Everything that's hidden will be revealed, and people will have to face that consciousness. Like it or not, it is past anybody here's ability to stop it. You can join it, and you can join with it. But you're going to see things, if you're fighting it, that's going to make you blow your mind. You're not going to hear and see the things that you think you should. But it's happening all around you. You can see it happening all around it. I'm merely giving a reason why I think it is happening and how it's happening.
Wow. Brother Dr. Delbert, I have a question involving the Large Hadron Collider. And I've noticed that ever since the Red Button Day, when they activated it, that things have changed considerably. They were already weird. Things were already going to the left. But ever since the Red Button, I'm starting to see a lot of things, especially with the digital world. Can you elaborate on that?
Well, both the Brookhaven and the CERN collider, super collider, they're nothing but particle accelerators, but they have taken that a step past. They lied to you already. They turned that daggone thing almost this time last year, last November, and they tested it. And the daggone thing threw out the tetrahedron. It went through those coils, those miles of coils, went out and slammed into the earth, scared them to death. They always get scared after they do something like a mad scientist would do that has no creative spirit and consciousness. Then they're going to try and correct it. So, again, what they did was to cut it down for a while and try to rebuild it. Well, the Brookhaven is already working, but it's not as big as the one in Switzerland. It's not as fast as the one in Switzerland. And the whole point is, again, the only reason they're doing that They say they're trying to see if they can annihilate matter and bring in a new type of a matter. Well, you can do that with consciousness, not with subconsciousness. You do that with rising vibrations, not hindering vibrations. You don't make particles collide. You make particles meld. And when they meld, the field increases. We're increasing our melding rate now. We're becoming high in consciousness if you allow. These kind of conversations that I'm holding now, and most people couldn't even contain them. They wanted to get, and they're still, by the way, too. That's another thing we can get into this stuff with Jay-Z and all, and Beyonce and Sasha Fierce. I mean, all these things are meant to hold you back at a time when you're supposed to be going forward. And why are they messing with melanin people? Because you have the biggest potentials to become the angels in future, and they're trying to make you the devils in the past. So as I say again, the fight is on. CERN is only a step toward what they call scalar technology, and you're getting a lot of scalar technology now in the weather. All this weather is not natural, and the way you can easily tell it, scalar technology gives you magenta flashes of lightning and orange flashes of lightning, but no thunder. When you get lightning with no thunder, it is not a cloud releasing, discharging, again, energy and moisture. It is scalar technology. And scalar technology is one of the things that causes bad chemicalization. It's causing the vibrations of the planet to go downward, causing many of the life forms and biological and birds and bees and everything to cease to exist, and is detrimental to you too. It is the same thing that these android Dracons use, and it's not good for you, it's good for them.
Yep.
Okay. Hello?
Yeah, I got. Yeah, I'm listening. Okay. Now, what's the reason for a lot of these planes? What's going on with these planes disappearing? They're landing, they're crashing. What's going on with that?
Well, the planes, there's a death ceiling really imposed on our planet in one sense again, and it's not. Well, all right, let me start back. When you say a lot of these planes have always crashed. It's just that there are now more planes up, more people flying, so you get more opportunities to crash. And they're being reported more than they were before. If you remember the English woman, Amelia Earhart, and going back into pre-World War I and II, the planes crash all the time. And the piece gets shot down all the time. But we're now more conscious of it because a lot of this happened over there near your area, especially there in New York and the Bay and Harbors there. So that's why you're more conscious of it again. There are many planes ago reported that, there are many people, believe this or not, because I had to, and I'm going to say this slowly because I have a hard time understanding, because I can't understand where they're coming from. They say that over 1,000 ships, meaning again planes and vessels of the sea, disappear in the area of the Bermuda Triangle every year and go unreported or whatever way people don't seem to know about it. That blew my mind. I'm still trying to research that out to be a truth, but I got it from 5 different sources that still is an activating point right there where things disappear. We don't understand half the things that are going on our planet, and, I don't want to go further than that. I'll leave it with that.
All right. Now, when I say psychic vampire, what does that mean to you? When I say, if I ask you what are psychic energy vampires, what does that mean?
What are psychic energy vampires?
Yeah.
Okay, well, a psychic energy vampire can be a cell phone. A psychic energy vampire can be a person, a place, or a thing. If that thing is on a wavelength that takes energy from something that has life force in it, which is you or anything that is biological, then it is a vampire. What has been created on this planet are substitutes for nanonization. Nano means small, technical things. Bio means, or micro means small biological things. The difference between biological and nano, one has life force from universal prime creator's mind, the other is man or stupid made or android made or Dracon made, which uses technology because it doesn't have the biological consciousness of life. It cannot produce on a life form because it is not a life form. It has no soul. So it must produce on a technical thing. So everything that's nano now means it's being made small. They have nano germs now. They have nano with insects now. I mean, you have to do some reading and searching. It's out there. They have nano everything. It is their way of replicating, not duplicating because they can't duplicate, replicating what they see around them in the form they could use. So that nanotechnology is for those that are synthetic. Bio and microtechnology or microbiology is a thing for those who serve the universal creator. You have microbes in you which you can work with because you can contain them, control them, and your immune system will fight for them. But when you get technology that is now nano, you might get some plastic or metal being induced like they do in some of these shots and stuff, which will not act in the same way to your immune system because they've been manufactured in technology, but they're very small. One is the world of those who are spiritual, the other is the world of those who are non-spiritual, and the two cannot coexist any longer. That's why the fight is on.
Okay.